Hello, my name is Carrie and I live in Tennessee, and I want to start my own YouTube channel to tell my story and to help others. This is really hard for me because I hate to be on video. I don't even like taking pictures of myself, so it's a big deal. For the last few months I've been living at my uncle's house, and it's been a nightmare because everything here has been walking in faith. I've been totally in the dark about everything, and it has strengthened a lot of my spiritual gifts and brought me a lot closer to God. It's helped me to learn a lot of lessons. It's helped me to learn a lot about myself, and I've always tried to be the light for others, and a lot of times I haven't filled my own cup first, which that has been one of the most important lessons here, is to be my biggest cheerleader, and to know that I'm walking with God and I'm on the right path, and I'm almost through this situation, even though it's gotten a lot harder right here at what I think is the end. But I want to start this channel mainly to help others. I want to let them know what I've done to make it through and how they can do it too. I have been watching videos, a lot of tarot. I watched tarot for years now, and none of it really resonated with me until I moved into this house. I mainly listened to it because I was drawn to tarot and I wanted to learn how to read the cards, and I thought the best way to learn was to watch videos and just pick up on it that way. And then I started watching because I do cakes. I have a cake business and I make cakes from home. I work by myself, so I listen to it as a source of companionship, just to have other people around me. That was the thing that I missed most when I started doing cakes, is having coworkers at work to joke around with and talk to, so it made me feel like I had somebody there with me. So first off in this video, before I say anything about my personal journey, is I want to give shout outs to people that I feel like are my family now. And I'm gonna cry because they don't even know me. I don't know them. We haven't ever talked. We haven't ever messaged. But you guys don't know. You don't know what kind of support you've given me, and how I just love you. I mean, love you so much because of how much you've helped me and how much you've made me feel not alone in this situation. Let's see, the dream clairvoyant. I have a list and I will probably forget some people, but the dream clairvoyant, ancient emperor tarot. You guys are both super connected. Let's see, Linda Lex Tarot, my Queen's Eye, Hal Sway. You are awesome. Let's see, Mermaid Prophetess, Mermaid of Mesopotamia, the Bunny, let's see, Life of Scorpio Tarot. Dude, you have an amazing talent, and I hope that you get a job in your field one day. Please don't give up. Let's see, I don't want to forget anybody. Spiritual Sag. I love you from the bottom of my feet, both of them, every time you say that. I just love that. I love to hear that. I am Sonia Aleskis. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Peppermint Tarot. Mommy Water. Spiritual Gangsta Joey. You're like my brother. Bee's Intuition. Goddess Nicole. I have no cut cards tarot. Gatekeeper Tarot 99. I know that you just started, but I feel like I've known you before as well. I hope to get to meet you all one day, because I feel like you're my soul family, and I really appreciate all of you guys, and a lot of things that I'm gonna say have come from you, and I don't want you to feel like I'm ripping you off in any way. It's all coming from a good place, and you've helped me with the information that you've provided and the connection that you have to God. It's helped me build my connection with God, so thank you so much, you guys. Okay, so here's my story. I'm 46 years old. I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I have two beautiful boys. They're 12 years apart. One's 22 and one's 10. We are all spiritually gifted. I think that I realized that I was different, going to school. I just didn't fit in with anybody. I didn't want to be cliquish. I hate cliques. I walk alone these days, pretty much. I am a lone wolf pack, and I love it. I have been a hermit the past few years, and I went through the dark night of the soul. I have shed my ego. I don't feel like I am of this world, but I am in it, and I have prayed for my path and my purpose, and I'm definitely on it, and I feel like my purpose is to help others and to wake people up, get them out of the matrix, to find their path and their purpose, and to encourage them and nurture them to be all that they can be, to themselves and to everyone around them. So I'm sending love and light to everyone, even the ops, because you guys have taught me a lot too, and I definitely know what to look out for now, and my intuition has not ever failed me in these situations. So I'm sitting outside, it's freezing, but everything in my house is recorded, it's on video. Everywhere that I go, people follow me. I'm being gang stalked. They're in my phone, they're in my computer. Everything has been infiltrated as far as my friend group, my relatives. I went through a divorce about 7 years ago, going on 8, and this is when the gang stalking started originally. My ex tried to take everything from me. Him and my family ganged up and tried to tell everyone that I was bipolar schizophrenic, because I had realized that he was having an affair, and I was a stay-at-home mom. My house got broken into and vandalized, and when I started voicing that I knew that these things had happened and pointing these things out, they tried to tell everyone that would listen that I am crazy, and that they had talked to a psych nurse about me that I never even saw or talked to, and that they had confirmed that I was bipolar schizophrenic. And they told the whole community that. And if anybody knows anything about Chattanooga, Tennessee, it's really small here. Everybody knows everybody. There's like 2 degrees separation at most, and so I became outcasted because of that, because people would rather listen to the bad stuff than actually come to me and hear my side of the story. So I just stopped trying to defend myself, and I let my character speak for itself. And I worked hard for 2 years. I worked 2 jobs. I worked almost 80 hours a week some weeks, just to keep up with the bills, because I won everything that I asked for in my divorce, but of course I had to pay for it. So I felt like my relationship with my children, especially my oldest, suffered because he was a teenager at the time, and he started getting into some not so good things and hanging out with some not so good friends. So a lot of things suffered because I had to do that. But I always felt this calling to go back to making cakes, because I had a lot of cheerleaders in that arena, and even when I was working so much, they still asked me to do cakes for them. So I'm very creative, and I love to make other people happy. It's not really about making money for me. It's about just letting the creative juices flow, and I channel that creativity. So anyway, I cut my family off when I got divorced, all except for my uncle, who I live with now. And he just got home and he's watching me, so that's why I keep looking away, because I'm trying to keep an eye on where he is. My child is inside. Sorry, the camera's shaking. I'm really cold. So I cut them off. I don't talk to them, but even through my jobs, they tried to complain on me and still followed me around as far as trying to make me look bad and get me fired and stuff like that. So I did general manager positions for years and was never really fulfilled in my jobs. I started drinking a lot, and I just was trying to cover up the pain with things like smoking weed and drinking, and I finally got to a place where me and my ex-husband sold our house that we had owned together, and I got a little bit of money. So that's when, after I went through the dark night of the soul, decided to let go of everything, let go of the things that made me feel secure in this world, and rely on God to guide me. And I followed my intuition from then to restart my cake business and to just start being creative and work for myself, be my own boss. And that really worked out. I really took off with that, and for some reason the second time around, I was popping. I mean, my cakes look better than they ever had when I did it the 2 years before I was working my butt off. So I felt like this was the right path for me. I really did the right thing. At that time also, I became celibate. I stopped dating, I stopped drinking. I let go of all my vices almost. I still smoked weed and I vape, but whenever I moved in here, I stopped smoking weed because they were trying to entrap me with that. So I didn't want to do anything that would cause me to lose my son, which is what they were trying to do with it, and catch me on camera. So I let go of that. I still vape, but I'm trying to quit that as well. I'm trying to let go of everything that no longer serves me, people, places, and things. So skip to, I've been here for 7 months and 8 days, and a few months before I moved into here, I let my oldest son move back in with me, and I was doing cakes out of my apartment, and he brought, he said he could no longer pay his bills. He had an apartment in my name, so I had to forfeit that. Luckily I didn't get any legal trouble over that because we broke the lease, but he brought 4 dogs into my apartment, my 2-bedroom apartment, and of course I was willing to help him out any way that I could because I love him. And then as soon as he got there, he brought another dog. So I had 5 dogs in this apartment, trying to do cakes, trying to keep the kitchen quarantined so that hair didn't get on things. He was rarely home, so I had to take care of the dogs, plus my youngest son, and keep up my cake business. It was very rough on me. He didn't help pay the bills like he said he was going to, and I realized that now that all of that had been orchestrated by my family, and that I told him never to go back around these people again, but he had been enticed by money from them and got sucked back in. So he was participating. Eventually I got evicted from that apartment, and I had to move in here because my cake business was doing good, but I hadn't raised my prices to the point where it would completely support me, and that was my fault. I took accountability for that, and I came and moved in here. It took me about a week or 2 weeks moving in here to realize that this was a setup, and I was walking in the dark and I had to start figuring things out for myself. My uncle, who has always appeared to be supportive of me and take that fatherly role. My dad died when I was 14, and my mom has never really been in my life. She passed away, I think, in 2017, so I never really had a relationship with her. And my grandmother raised me, basically, because my dad was a narcissist, and he tried to keep me quiet, and he didn't want me to be seen or heard. He didn't want me to step into any kind of spotlight as far as joining teams at school. I got to play softball when I was younger, but that was it. And even then I had to play at Tyner, which in Chattanooga, that's about 20 minutes away from where I went to school, 15-20 minutes away. So I couldn't do anything around here. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything without my stepmother being right there the whole time watching me. So I feel bad saying it, but my dad passing away was one of the best things that ever happened to me, because I got freedom after that, a little bit anyway, and I got to do things and go places and things that he would never ever have let me done. I realized that I had been sexually abused, most of which I don't remember because I know that they've drugged me, but they took inappropriate pictures of me, and I remember coming home several times after trips with my dad, you know, around town, to be sleeping in the back seat, and didn't remember what happened or where I'd been or what had gone on. But now I've put all this pieces together, and anyway, I did not have a good childhood at all. Not loving. Nobody said that they loved me except my grandmother. No one took time to nurture me except my grandmother. They didn't want me to call her mom, even though she was my mother in every sense of the way. She passed away 11 years ago, right before I had my youngest son, and I miss her so much. She was the only support in my family that I really had. And my uncle started telling me that he loved me after I got my divorce, which was very strange because I never felt like he loved me, even though he did support me financially at times. I thought that was weird, and now I know why. Because his mask has completely fallen off. And when I got here, he has a girlfriend that lives across the street. And I live in Valley Brook subdivision. It's on a golf course, and everyone in this neighborhood is rude to me. They're very strange. It's the oddest thing ever. I feel like there's a cult here. So weird. So anyway, the girlfriend drinks a lot, and she eventually had loose lips and started telling me that I had disappointed my uncle a lot, and that they wanted to start investing in my business, and that she talked him into letting me come here, that it wasn't of his own decision, that it was because she talked him into it. And I asked him about these things and told him that it hurt me because when I sold my house, I gave him $15,000 to pay him back for things that I had borrowed to keep myself afloat, and I didn't feel like I had ever let him down. I'm not a perfect person in any way. I have made lots of mistakes. I have a judgment against me for borrowing money from my grandfather, which he has now passed away, but I am completely accountable for the things that I've done to him. Even though he's passed away now, I'm still paying for the money that I borrowed from him. But I never felt like I let my uncle down. Personally, I let my grandfather down, and that will always, I've forgiven myself, but I have always had a hurdle there because I do try to be perfect, and that was one thing that I failed miserably at when my grandmother died, was taking care of my grandfather. He was extremely generous to me, and I took advantage of that, and I have prayed and asked for forgiveness, and I've tried to, you know, make my life right and do so much work on myself to not be the person that fell into that dark place when I was going through a divorce and was having to help him. That was just not who I wanted to be. So I turned my life around and I gave it completely to God. I felt called and I feel chosen. I don't ever want to look back at any of those things and think that that's who I am, because it's not. It's something that I did. It's not who I am. So they always hold that against me, though. They think that is who I am, and they try to tell everyone about that, and I'm not afraid of it. I'm not scared of it. It's something that I did. I'm completely, like I said, accountable. I'm not ever going to run from it or deny it, but I face it and I continue to put one foot in front of the other to make it right every day. So when I moved in here and I was smoking weed, they tried to bait me into smoking specific places so that they could get me on camera, and I started picking up on that and trying to find out all these details about my life, and even sending people to me to be love interests, trying to make me think that they cared about me, and trying to send certain friends to me to get information and be moles. And his girlfriend became a complete bully. She has gotten in my face on several occasions screaming. My uncle has gotten in my face several occasions screaming. I tried to call the police department. They won't help me because I don't own this house. They said that they can do anything they want to me as long as they're not touching me or my things. He's tried to threaten to throw me out several times. He knows that I have nowhere to go because I cut all of my friends off after realizing that they were a part of this. When I tried to reach out to people for support, they either laughed at me or tried to tell me that I'm seeing it wrong and that it's not really happening. They've tried to bait me into doing things also. No financial support, no, you can come stay here. Even my son, after my uncle's girlfriend fired a gun outside after I didn't give her the reaction that they want. They want to make me come out of character and act like a maniac, because that's what they've tried to tell people that I am, that I'm a hothead. And that is one big lesson that I've learned here, because in the past I would have fired on these people. I would have told them all about themselves. I would have said a lot more than I have said, but I've kept my composure, and temperance has been a big addition to my journey, because I don't have to do that. I have complete control of myself and my emotions, and they only have what they want if I'm willing to give it to them. And I'm not giving that to them anymore. I'm not giving them what they want. So she fired a gun outside. I had that all on video of me being inside working and not being the one, in case they tried to blame that on me. I tried to get a restraining order against her, and they denied me because of guidelines saying that I have to have been related to her or in a relationship with her, even though I've seen on the police blotter incidents around town where people who were not related to or in a relationship with someone was offered by the police to have a temporary restraining order, but that has never been offered to me or granted to me. So she continues to come here and try to get in my face and intimidate me and bully me and make me feel like I'm nothing, calling me a broke bitch that needs my uncle to pay all of my bills, which is not true. I haven't asked him for a dime since I've been here, and he has paid, extra utilities for us to stay here, but that is all that I have gotten from him. I'm grateful for the roof over our head. I'm grateful to not be homeless, for sure. That is something that I'm glad that I have. At the same time, it's been misery to accept that gift from him because of the entrapment that they've tried to do. They've tried to report me to CPS. They've tried to call me crazy. I'm sure they've tried to get a conservatorship over me. They try to say that I don't make my money doing cakes, that I am a sex worker and I sell drugs, which is not true, because, like I mentioned, I'm abstinent. and I don't sell drugs. I don't even do anything like that. So, but they've tried to tell lies and discredit me and make me look like the villain every day since I've been here. And probably before that, I just did not realize that this was going on. So after 46 years of life, after all of this, I started digging deeper and looking into why this might be happening. Why are they trying to do this to me out of nowhere, seemingly out of nowhere? And my money, well, my uncle, the bane of his existence is money. So I knew that it had to be some kind of money, and I reached out to my grandfather's son, who, even though he was my grandfather, we were not blood relation, and so he has a whole separate family in a different part of Tennessee. So I reached out to him and told him that I have changed my life, and was there any kind of inheritance from that part of the family that maybe my uncle was trying to get or had gotten a hold of already. And he said no. So I had to start digging a little deeper, and shout out to Ben Verified, because I used to do skip tracing for a temp job a long time ago, and you don't realize how some of the things that don't really weren't really a big part of your life at the time, they come in handy later on when you have to do things to help yourself. And skip tracing was one of them. It was something I considered mindless, but I know how to find things on the internet, and when my intuition kicks in and I want to dig deeper, I know how to get a hold of the information. And so on Ben Verified, my uncle is attached to my birth family. I found out who my real father was, and he died 13 years ago, 13 years ago, and I used to work with my stepsister, which is funny, and I'm not sure if she knew then, but she knows now. Anyway, my real father was a prominent businessman in Chattanooga, and quite wealthy. I am positive that this inheritance comes from him. I've tried to obtain the will, and it says, it's kind of sketchy, but it says the previous wills are now null and void because of the one that's on record. So, and anyway, hold on a second, my son is coming. I'm making a video. It's not time yet. We'll leave in just a second. Okay, set him here and I will.
You'll be making a video.
Just please let me make it. I'll show it to you when I'm done, okay? Okay, sorry about that. Yes. So, my son has no idea that I'm doing this, so he's very confused. That's why I'm sitting outside talking to my phone right now. Anyway, so I found out who my real father was, and my childhood never made sense, ever, ever, ever. Everyone always said, you look just like your dad, and I had red hair like my mom, but I never thought I looked like my dad, and I never felt a bond with him. So, super weird. And then when I found the obituary to this man that was linked to my uncle online, all of those questions were answered because I look just like him. I never met him, and that's sad. I don't know the circumstances in which I was conceived. I know that he had a family already because my stepsister is about a year older than me. So I'm not sure if he was shamed by the fact that I was conceived and he was in a marriage. I don't know. I have a lot of things to figure out still. I don't even know that my mom was really my mom. I could have been abducted and adopted for all I know. I don't think my name was originally Carrie. I'm not sure what it was yet, but my dad said that he named me, which I know is not true because he's not really my dad. I think he renamed me. So that's a lot to digest at 46 when well, I'm almost 46. I'll be 46 in just a few days. So sorry, sirens. My apologies. I've tried to make peace with that and just let go of this situation and let God handle everything that's going on. I'm pretty sure there's been a court case that I'm supposed to know nothing about. They thought that I would never figure any of this out and that they could take it to their grave, since my parents and grandparents are all deceased. So me figuring this stuff out and them not realizing how, and realizing that I am spiritually gifted and I'm super smart and I've dumbed myself down and tried to make myself small around them because they try to treat me like crap, and I know that I'm not crap. I'm a star. I've told them my whole life I'm a star, that you're not going to convince me otherwise. I know the light that I have inside of me. I know it's blinding to people. I irritate so many people with my light. It's ridiculous. I never understood why people, until now, why people that didn't really know me hated me so much. It was ridiculous. But now I know why. Because I shine the light on things. I'm a light worker. I can help people to heal themselves like I've healed myself. I had huge abandonment issues and was so codependent for many, many years. And once I became a hermit and worked on myself, I healed those things. I realized that I don't need anybody but God. Anybody for anything. He is my sole provider. I love being out in nature. It's very healing to me. I like going by the water. I like hugging trees. I like picking up mementos along the way that I know that my ancestors have left for me. Feathers, rocks, flowers, you name it. I'm very connected to animals, especially dogs. Things like that are very healing. And I want to make future videos, and I can't do it all in this one, but I want to make future videos to tell people about how they can, you know, find their purpose, find their path, and get on it. Don't look back. Once you're on it and you know, you can't go back. Don't look back, don't go back, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Trust in your intuition and trust in God. Pray about everything. Don't worry about anything. Don't be scared. All of this gang stalking. People have followed me everywhere I go to try and prevent me from having any happiness, any privacy. I have been, my car's been attacked on the roadway by motorcycles. They busted my side window off my car driving down the road. They coordinate with customers, and by reading my messages where I'm going to be at certain times, so they can be right where I am every step of the way. And making this video is not going to make them very happy, because I plan on exposing them all, every single one of them. I will get justice. I will always be a truth teller. I'm always going to tell the truth. They've attempted to run me off the road. They've attempted to kill me. They've attempted to, I've been poisoned a couple of times before I realized what was going on here. I ate food that they made for me. It made me very, very, very sick. But I realized quickly how protected I am. My spiritual team around me has me. I mean, we are rolling deep, buddy, rolling deep. They are with me all the time. I never, ever feel alone, ever. I don't care if I have not a soul in the 3D. In the 5D, I roll hella deep, and I'm so grateful for that as well. My youngest son also has been an earth angel to me, because he understands deeply where I'm coming from. I share everything with him. He is a huge support, and he loves me so much. We have a huge bond. I hate that my oldest son is wrapped up in this. I've tried to give him guidance on how he can get on his path and in his purpose, and I pray for him and send him love and light every day. That's been the absolute hardest part about this, is letting him go. hope that we can reunite one day after he's done some work on himself, but I can't keep chasing after him and begging him to love me. That's just not gonna happen until he's ready, and I have to love him from afar now, and that is the hardest part. But let's see, other things that they've done to me here. They've stolen my mail. I don't get any mail, so any court proceedings that have gone on, they've tried to withhold that from me. Any inheritance that I've gotten, they've tried to withhold that from me. I had food stamps when I moved in here. That got taken away because, of course, they send you mail to get that, get requalified, and they, I've only gotten one piece of mail since I've been here, and that was for me to donate to firefighters. So, nothing has come to me here. I even tried to open a P.O. box, and even then, nothing. I found out that my stepbrother works for the Postal Service, so I'm sure they've rerouted my mail. Someone lives in my attic. Amongst my stalkers, my ex-husband is one of them. I've seen him several times in different vehicles, but as Oprah once said, wearing a disguise is like putting a napkin on your head. When you know somebody, you know them. There's no mistaking. You can be in any country, any place, any different car. It still looks like you know. They deny this. They try to gaslight me immensely, call me crazy, tell everybody else I'm crazy. But I know what's going on, and they know now. I've said enough to where they know that I know, and it's only a matter of time. I feel like things are not going in their direction. I have felt the energy shift around here. I know that they're angry. I feel like they're involved with the Masons, and I know I have Eastern Stars in my family. Because the police won't help me, I know that they have them on the payroll, maybe even judges and lawyers as well, and that's why this community is not friendly to me. They've infiltrated my customers. Like I said, they've coordinated with them, but also bashing me online. They're into spell work and black magic. They do jar spells. I've found evidence of that. They sacrifice animals. They trap them here. They sacrifice animals. They have sacrificed one of our reptiles, which was very hard for my son because I've tried to minimize any kind of damage to him, but that was probably the biggest blow that he received personally. What else? I can't say enough how grateful I am to have had everything that I need to survive this situation. Even though there has been no support. Well, there are cheerleaders that I have, and they come through at just the right moment. There are people in this community that know what's going on with me, and even though they can't stop it, they've tried to help from afar by just being positive to me, by ordering cakes for me. I know that they've done things to my car to cause me to break down whenever I have to travel far with a cake. I've seen people cheering me on as I've made it back home from a rough ride back after I know my car's about to break down. They were cheering me on from the windows when they realized that I made it back on my own, and I just broke down crying because I knew that somebody had been right there with me just in case I needed somebody. And I know I have cheerleaders out there. I love you guys. I love the ops too, because they want to get a reaction out of me as well online, and that's just not going to happen. I stand in my power. People have to tell lies and back them up with more lies, but I know who I am. I know my character, and there's power behind my words because it's the truth. That's just simple and plain. You're never going to get a reaction out of me. I'm not going to be a clown in the circus. I'm not going to participate in low vibrational behavior at all, ever. I have raised my vibration so high that the spell work can't touch me. it's made me a little sick at times, like flu type stuff. I've had to cancel cakes on 2 separate weekends. I owed money to people. I still owe a couple of people, but they try to say online that I'm a scam because I haven't paid everybody back yet, telling me I have to stop doing cakes because they're going to ruin my business, and the fact that they haven't stopped people from ordering from me is really killing them. But things have dwindled down to where I'm not getting that many orders anymore. But anyway, I've been told in one of my videos to ask for help, and I'm asking for help and support in any way that I can get it until God gets me out of this situation, because I know that He will. I know that I am not forsaken, and I'm a soldier in His army. I'm favored. I have been shown that on several occasions. The fact that I'm still here, that I'm alive, I know that I'm protected, because I should be dead right now. I should be dead, but I'm not. So my work is not done, and God has sent me here on a mission. And when you follow God in blind faith, He reveals things to you slowly. He reveals my enemies and my dreams. A lot of times people just tell on themselves. All you have to do is watch and listen. And people expose themselves all the time, every day. And that's a blessing. My intuition screams at me. It tells me when not to go somewhere, when to trust someone. That's a blessing. Anyway, I want to start a series here. I want to start a platform outside of my cake business, because like I mentioned, I want to show other people how to do this. Whenever I started watching videos that resonated with me online, I started reading the comments and realized that, I was thinking, these are tailored videos for me. They're channeling me. They know exactly what's going on with me, and they do. But I am not the only one going through this. There are so many people being gang stalked. There are so many people that have been stolen from. There's so much spiritual warfare going on that people don't have their eyes open to, and don't have support from, and don't have the tools that they need to stand in their power and not be scared. They want me to be scared. They want me to be fearful. They want me to never leave home. They don't want me to have love or support from anyone. They want me to feel isolated and alienated. And that's not true. That's not true at all. God provides everything that we need. And we are not alone. You're never alone. I love you. Your spiritual team loves you. You're never alone. I can't say that enough, because that's what these people try to do. They try to make you feel scared and alone, and you're not. I send you all love and light, and I will be back with another video. I'm gonna leave information, even though this kills part of me, because I have to let the part of me that wants to be I am fierce, and I'm independent, and I'm very strong. I persevere. I have a whole lot of patience now, but I've never wanted to accept help from anyone, and if I do, I want to pay them back immediately. I want to do everything on my own, and at this time I'm not able to do that, and it's hard for me to admit, because the old me would feel defeated, but I'm not defeated. My story is just getting started. Where I'm going, these people that have tried to hurt me, they can't go. And so God had to reveal that to me, and He revealed it slowly. He revealed it accurately to let me know that they just can't go with me. I have to be able to identify people like this, and use my discernment to know who to trust and who not to trust, who to love and who to just pray for from afar. If He told you everything at once, it would be an overload. I don't know if I would have been able to handle all of this all at once. And like I said, I still don't know everything. But blind faith is is a little crazy to walk into, because if you knew the missions that God was sending you on, you would be like, nope, I'm good. I'm going to stay right here. I'm fine. I don't want to move forward. But He has to condition you. When you manifest and you ask for things, He has to test you. He has to make sure that He's trained you in order to be able to do that, to handle the blessings that He's going to bestow upon you. He isn't going to give you something and set you up for failure. He is going to make sure that you're prepared. He doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. And He has been qualifying me. A few of my last few jobs I felt like were missions, because it didn't make sense why I had been there, or been there for a short time and it didn't work out. But I started to realize that with each of those jobs, I got rid of suffering. I ended suffering for the people that were in those places, because I stood up to unsavory people, oppressive situations. I ended that. This has been very oppressive, and I have stood up to these people. And I want to show other people how to do that safely, how to do that and trust your intuition, and always speak the truth. And don't let anyone make you feel small. Don't let anyone steamroll you. Anyway, I love you all, and thank you for your help and your support, and I'll talk to you soon. Please follow my channel.